Hello and welcome to Daily English Podcast. I'm David, and today's episode is all about one powerful idea: training your brain in English. You see, when most people learn a language, they focus only on grammar books or vocabulary lists. But the truth is, your brain is like a muscle. And the more you train it with English, the stronger and faster it becomes. Think about this. When you go to the gym, you don't lift heavy weights only one day a week and expect results. No, you train regularly. It is the same with English. If you give your brain daily exercises, listening, speaking, shadowing, repeating, you will notice that English starts to feel natural, automatic, and effortless. This podcast is designed in a slow English style, which means we go step by step, clearly and simply, so that even beginners can follow. We will not rush. We will take time to understand, repeat, and let the brain absorb English naturally. That is why today I will guide you through two important parts. Part 1. Why training your brain in English is important and how your brain adapts when you practice every day. Part 2. Practical methods you can use daily: shadowing, chunking, listening, and thinking directly in English. At the end of each part, I will ask you simple questions to check your understanding. You can answer them aloud, or you can write your answers in the comments. This makes the podcast interactive, so you are not just listening, but also thinking and responding in English. Before we start, don't forget, subscribe to Daily English Podcast, like this episode, and share it with a friend. Together, we are building a community of learners who train their brain to become confident English speakers. Now, let's begin our journey and discover how you can train your brain in English every single day. When we talk about learning English, many people think it is only about memorizing vocabulary or repeating grammar rules. But in reality, your brain is like a muscle. Just like you train your body at the gym, you must also train your brain to think in English. Today, I want to show you simple and effective ways to do that. The first step is exposure. Exposure means surrounding yourself with English as much as possible. Imagine a child learning his or her first language. The child hears thousands of words every single day. Little by little, the brain connects the sounds, the words, and the meanings. You can do the same with English. For example, you can listen to short podcasts every morning, watch a video in English during lunch, or read a small article in the evening. It does not need to be long. Even 10 minutes is enough if you do it every day. The second step is association. Association means connecting new English words with ideas, images, or experiences you already know. Let's take the word apple. Instead of translating it into your native language, imagine the red fruit, the taste, and the smell. This way, your brain builds strong connections. If you do this often, English words will come to your mind faster and more naturally. The third step is practice with output. Input is listening and reading. Output is speaking and writing. Both are important. Your brain becomes stronger when you use what you have learned. Try to make small sentences about your daily life. For example, I am drinking water, or I am walking to work. You can even talk to yourself in English when you are alone. At first, it feels strange, but slowly your brain becomes used to it. The fourth step is consistency. This is maybe the most important one. If you train your brain in English once a week, you will not see much progress. But if you train every day, even for a short time, your brain will adapt quickly. Think about brushing your teeth. You do it every day without thinking. Make English training the same, short, daily, and automatic. Finally, remember that mistakes are part of the process. Many learners feel afraid to speak because they want to be perfect. But perfection is not the goal. Communication is the goal. Every mistake is a sign that your brain is learning. So, train without fear, and step by step you will notice big progress. Comprehension questions for Part 1. What is the first step to train your brain in English? How can you use association to remember new words? What is the difference between input and output? Why is consistency more important than long study sessions? What should you remember about making mistakes when learning English? Part 2. Build daily habits for English thinking. Now that we understand the basic steps to train our brain in English, let us go deeper into building strong daily habits. Habits are the secret to success because they make learning automatic. When something becomes a habit, you do not need extra motivation every day. You just do it naturally, like brushing your teeth or drinking water. The first habit is morning English activation. When you wake up, your brain is fresh and ready to receive information. This is the perfect moment to feed it with English. You can start your day by listening to one short podcast, like this one. Even if you listen for only 5 minutes, your brain begins the day in English mode. Some learners also like to write one small sentence in a notebook about their morning. For example, today is sunny. I feel happy. This quick activity activates your brain in English. The second habit is micro-learning moments. Many people think they need 1 hour to study, but you can train your brain in small breaks throughout the day. For example, when you wait for the bus, you can read 2 English sentences. When you cook, you can describe the action in English. I am cutting the tomato. I am boiling the rice. These short moments may seem small, but they add up. If you repeat them every day, your brain stays connected to English. The third habit is evening reflection. Before going to bed, try to review your day in English. You can do it silently in your head or write it in a journal. Ask yourself, what did I do today? Who did I meet? What did I learn? For example, today I went to the supermarket. I bought apples. I met a friend. We talked about our weekend. This reflection not only practices your memory, but also trains your brain to think in English about your own life. The fourth habit is surrounding yourself with English environments. If you cannot travel to an English-speaking country, create your own environment. Change your phone language to English. Watch simple English movies with subtitles. Follow English pages on social media. Even label objects in your house with English words. Put door, mirror, or table on sticky notes. When you see them every day, your brain naturally connects the word with the object. The fifth habit is community learning. Learning alone can be difficult, and sometimes you lose motivation. But when you join a group, you feel supported. You can practice speaking, ask questions, and share your progress. Even online communities help a lot. Talking with real people in English pushes your brain to work harder and faster. Remember, learning a language is not just about study, it is about connection. Finally, the sixth habit is celebrating progress. Many learners forget this, but your brain needs rewards. When you complete a week of daily practice, celebrate. Watch a movie you like, eat something delicious, or simply say to yourself, "Well done." These positive feelings motivate your brain to continue learning. Small rewards keep your journey exciting and help your habits become stronger. With these habits, you are not only studying English, you are transforming your brain to live in English. Over time, English will not feel like a subject in school. It will feel like part of your daily life. That is the real secret to fluency. Comprehension questions for Part 2. Why is it useful to listen to English in the morning? What are micro-learning moments and how can you practice them? How can evening reflection help your English learning? What can you do to create an English environment at home? Why is community learning important for training your brain? How can celebrating progress help your motivation? As we come to the end of today's Slow English podcast, let us remember one simple truth. Training your brain in English is not about talent. It is about consistency. Every small effort counts. Each sentence you read, each thought you express in English, each podcast you listen to, builds a stronger English mind. The brain is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. And the beautiful part is this: English does not need to be perfect. What matters most is daily practice, daily connection, and daily curiosity. In Part 1, we discovered how the brain learns best when we connect English to real life, use emotions, and practice shadowing. In Part 2, we explored the habits that can transform your learning: morning activation, micro-learning, evening reflection, creating an English environment, community learning, and celebrating your progress. These habits are simple, but if you apply them every day, you will see real results. Your confidence will grow, your understanding will improve, and slowly, English will become part of your natural thinking process. Now, here is my invitation to you. Do not stop here. Take action. Begin today with one habit. Maybe you listen to this podcast every morning. Maybe you write 3 English sentences about your day before sleeping. Whatever you choose, be consistent, and your brain will thank you. If you enjoyed this episode, please like this podcast, share it with your friends, and most importantly, subscribe to Daily English Podcast for more simple and effective lessons. And here's a bonus. If you comment below, you will receive a free PDF of this episode, plus access to our community of English learners. In this community, you can practice, get support, and stay motivated. Remember, you are not learning alone. We are learning together. So train your brain in English, one step at a time, and the results will surprise you.